Hello and welcome back to Zirkzank Says. I'm Zirkzank and I'm gonna say some things to you. That's right, let's get into it now. Since the last episode, I've got some things to say to you guys. You're watching Zirkzank Says. Since the previous episode, I've been in work, doing job stuff, employment. This isn't how I dress there, but it's how I'd like to dress there, if I could, because it's fucking sick. Where do I even start with this? My previous episode, I was talking about clubs and shit. So let me just throw that over onto there. I did want to make clear that I wasn't saying that my brother's friends suck, because they don't. They're cool. I just don't really know them that well. That's what I was saying. So it's, if you're like me, it's not that easy to relax around people you don't know super well. So it just increases that anxiety level a little bit higher than you want on a night out when you want to be having fun. And the same thing goes for if you're trying to talk to people you want to make a good impression. It's harder to do that when you're anxious. So that's what I was trying to say. But speaking of getting to know people, I'll get to that in a second actually when I talk about working, because as Zirkzank Says is kind of like an ongoing blog or vlog, video log, blog. I won't get into it, but I just did. It's like meeting new people at work, meeting new people at a club, meeting people on Tinder. Did I even talk about that? I don't think I did. That's a pretty fucking interesting thing to get into. So many things have happened since the last episode. I didn't even upload the last episode. Since the last episode, I saw a rat by the river. So I'm just walking back. There's some literal rats on the floor. Look, it's just a fucking rat. He's not running away or anything. I would expect that. Well, that was the rat. I went to Hull Fair with I didn't even talk about Hull Fair. I've not even spoken about Hull Fair yet, I don't think, on this channel. I went to like a fair thing with a girl I met on Tinder. That's a separate issue to seeing the rat, but afterwards, I mean, what's the difference? Went to a birthday party. Got a job. And now I'm back here. It's not that much stuff, but for me it's quite a lot. Oh yeah, and I got I missed it, so I bought a new orange tie. It's different to the old one because the old one has sentimental value. On the old other tie, this little black thing was ripped. On this one, the black thing's fine. So that was hanging on the mic, so I'll put it back. So yeah, getting into it. Next Saturday, on Halloween, the Halloween 2017, I'm going to go to Spider's nightclub. So if you're watching this video internationally or nationally and you want to come and stab me or shoot me or spike my drinks, come to Spider's on Halloween, because that's where I'll be, dressed as Waluigi, the Super Mario Brothers, Mario's alternate brother Luigi, but then inverted. But the way I understand it is, he's not an inversion of Luigi, he's an inversion of Wario. So Mario sort of, it has an alternate version which is Wario, which is like evil Mario, I think, and then the skinny version of evil Mario is Waluigi, and Waluigi is not is not an opposite of Luigi. It's like a separate kind of thing. I don't know the exact dynamics, and I don't care that much. It's just that I'm going to be going as Waluigi and a group of other people who are going as Waluigi, which is why it will be cool, because we're all going to go in like a really shitty £10 costume that we found on eBay. You can spend more money to get a better costume, but why would you? I mean, obviously because it'll be sick as fuck, but the point is that it's a shit costume and we're all going in the same shitty costume. It's like a squad thing, you know. So that's why in the previous video, like I'm saying, these are cool people. Like, my brother's friends are cool people. I just think it's weird that they're all 4 years younger than me, and I don't know if there's enough middle ground for us to become good friends, but I think that going as fucking like 8 Waluigis, that's gonna definitely make some good friendships there. So that'll be cool. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna end the video because my computer's been crashing a lot recently, and I don't want to lose this. But then I'm gonna be back in a second. I didn't even need to tell you that because you'll just see me talking again. I hate editing videos, which is why I usually don't do it. But I am for this because whatever. It doesn't matter. The main reason I didn't edit before, first of all, because I didn't want to edit. I don't like editing, it's a lot of work. But it was also because I could just upload the video straight away after making it, and it felt fresh, like the equivalent of if it was live, but it wasn't, because I could just tweak the audio slightly, or that I could, if I said something that I didn't like, I could potentially delete it before it goes up. So I just record a video and then upload it straight away when I was living on good high-speed internet. Now I'm living on low-speed internet, and I'm in a house where if I do anything, it'll bottleneck the fucking router, and so then my brother who plays Counter-Strike, or my mum who, I don't know, browses Facebook, they'll just get really upset if I start trying to upload a fucking sick-ass episode of Zirkzank Says, so I don't do it, out of politeness to them. And so basically, because of that, I'll have to edit videos now, and I can only upload them after midnight or when everyone's asleep except me. I set them to upload and then go to sleep. That's kind of the situation that I'm at now, so I feel like I might as well be editing the videos if I'm not uploading them. I don't really want to do jump cuts because as someone who performs, and I'll call myself a performer from now on, I might as well. I am an entertainer, whether or not you think I'm entertaining. Some people do, even if it's just me. Even if I'm the only person who finds myself entertaining, I'm still an entertainer, making entertainment. For me, this is entertaining. For me. For you, maybe, but for me, definitely. So as an entertainer, I know that timing is everything. And because I'm not experienced at editing, I don't know how to preserve that kind of entertaining timing whilst also editing it. I know it's a skill and that it's probably not too difficult to pick up, and because I've edited stuff before, and if you know how to talk and pace yourself while you're talking, you probably also know how to edit it like that as well. I just don't like the idea of jump cuts. Jump cuts are fucking shit. So that's why I announce when I'm going to jump cut. It's like, ooh, I'm about to do a jump cut. Hey, I lied to you. I'm sorry. That wasn't a jump cut. I didn't even do it. Because I don't want to. I don't like jump cuts. And I don't do what I don't want to do. I figured that out, but also I realized that that's not true because, as I explained earlier, in the time period where I'm going to skip out the fact that I went on a Tinder date, because I don't think it was a date really, because the girl who I met, right, she looked very different in real life to how she looked on her Tinder, but she also came with her ex-boyfriend who still is very much in love with her. So that's already fucking weird to me. That, I mean, I get like she didn't want to go out alone in case I was gonna stab her or something like that. You know, it's not the kind of culture where you can just go on a date with a stranger. I understand that. You want to go with someone you know. But at the same time, you know, it's weird to just bring your ex. Make it be someone else who's not your ex. If it's like a romantic thing. Or not even romantic, I don't know what the word is, but if it's a Tinder date, don't bring your ex. I'm trying to explain the dynamics of it, but that should be kind of obvious. But she invited me to a birthday party afterwards, which was the day after, so I went to that. And then went back. I was like, you know what? She's nice. She was a nice person, but her ex and her clearly still had something going on. And I didn't find her attractive, so I don't find her that attractive in person. And her and her ex still have something going on, or at least what it seems like. Then there's no point trying to pursue that, especially when I don't find her attractive, which is the biggest thing. But, you know, it's like, hey, well, we can be friends. She seemed like, yeah, we can be friends. That's what I thought. She didn't want to be friends. So she blocked me because I didn't talk to her for a day. I'm like, well, good riddance. That moves that complication away. So that was that. And because I'd met her and spoken to her for like a month, I hadn't been on Tinder for ages. And now I have to go back on Tinder and find someone else who is like worth talking to again. Having said that, actually, I don't think I will, because I've always said I think Tinder's a shit place to meet people. You need to meet people in person. Then I meet people in person, like I was talking about in the previous video and earlier, and that's just as shit, because I'm just shit at talking to people and meeting people. So even at work, when you kind of, I don't want to say forced to talk to people, but you're put in many opportunities where you're interacting with people with a mutual kind of vibe. Like, you're all experiencing the same problems with the work that you're doing. You're all experiencing the same, looking forward to, you're all looking forward to the end of the day. And that was another jump cut, because as you may be aware, I am back living at my mother's house, where it means that every now and again at random, quite frequently, I do have to respond to requests or respond to statements that she makes. So I am constantly interrupted, or at threat of being interrupted by that. It's not great. I do wish I could go back and live with my friends in a house again. In fact, that's what my younger brother's going to be doing. Not with my friends, with his friends. He's going to be going and living in a house, I think. Well, if things go according to his plans, which I don't think they will, but it's not impossible. I mean, he has a job. His friends have a job. I have the same job. That's how I got the job. That's what I'm going to get into right now, actually. Fuck it, why not? Getting a job, for me, the process of the applying was, I called up the place where my brother works, I applied for the job and then they called me up, but I didn't apply for the job he has. I applied for a job at that company, which was another job, which was doing telephone sales. Now, I could easily do that. You can see that I can do that. I mean, would you buy something that I was trying to sell you? I think you would want this fucking tie by now. It's a really good tie. Trust me, buy it. That's how I sell stuff. I just say, fucking buy this. You want this tie. Do you have this tie? You don't have this tie. You need the tie. I'm offering it to you. There you go. Deal done. You don't have it, but you need it. So you want it, and I can give it to you. There we go. Trade done. Simple. And it is a sick tie, let's be honest. So that was telesales. I went for the interview for that. I just answered the questions in like a way that would make me laugh if I heard someone else say those answers. So she asked questions in interview questions like I don't know, it's just like, are you good at something? Or I can't remember the fucking example that of something that she asked. Here's one. How are you working with teams? Or can you give me an example of the best team you ever worked with? I said, well, when I was in university, I was in a team and we made a game. And she's like, right. And how did that go? I said, well, we accomplished the project. We were successful in it. And she didn't hire me. I mean, what the hell? What's up with that? I don't get it. How are you at dealing with negativity? Oh, she that was it. She said, are you good at, how are you with problem solving? And I said, well, I'm really good at it. And then she said, right. What about dealing with negativity? I said, yeah, I'm pretty good at that too. So as you can see, I didn't really... So what they want you to do in interviews is they want you to elaborate. I didn't elaborate. Sorry, I'm not going to elaborate because it's fucking effort. Like, oh, well, you have to put effort in to do your job. It's like, well, would I? Would I have to? Do I have to? And how do you know I wouldn't? And what would me giving you an example prove anyway? I could be lying about my example. That's why I don't like the interview process. They're trying to judge you based on like a 10-minute interview. A 10-minute conversation where they're asking you ridiculous questions that you just want to give stupid answers to. Well, if you're a fucking retard like me, you want to give stupid answers to make yourself laugh. If you're a sensible person, you want to rehearse, prepare, get yourself some good answers and be like, right, this is a good answer off the internet, this is a good answer off the internet, I'm going to give these answers to the fucking woman or the man when they ask me the fucking questions. They're going to be like, yeah, well, I am good at problem solving, here's a problem that I came across once, and this is how I was able to solve it, and in the end, I don't see that as much of a problem anymore because I learned from it, and I'm competent. Please employ me. You know, suck their dick a little bit. But no, I'm there to offer my skills, and if they don't want that, they don't get that. It's as simple as that. If I apply for the job, it's because I think that I can do the job, and the only way that you can know that is if you employ me, and then I prove it. I prove that I can do it, or I prove that I can't do it. That's how it works. Whether you think, based on the interview, you have some kind of psychic mind powers, you're able to sense whether this candidate is capable of doing the work or not. Yes, I sense that because he didn't give me an example of how he was able to operate effectively in a team, he would definitely not be suitable for the job. Can you just fuck off? It's because, you see, because I can do it, but I just don't want to answer you stupid questions. It's as simple as that. So, moving ahead, I got a second interview at the same place with a different person for a different job. And I got onto that, and the bullshit reason why they employed me, I think, was purely because, and I don't know if this is true, but it felt like this. First of all, the interviewer was a lot nicer, a lot more friendly, and more opening. So it immediately made me feel a little bit better about talking and saying things. So that interview went off to a much better start. And it was for a job that I could do so easily. Like, my brother can do it, so obviously I can do it, because I'm better than him. And I'm not even saying that. That's what the woman who was doing my second interview was saying, like, yeah, you should probably be able to do it better than him, right? And I'm thinking, well, I don't want to say that because it's, it's a bit rude and I don't know exactly what he does. So how can I know if I do it better? But I really wanted to say, yeah, of course I can do it better than him. Like, he's 4 years younger than me and he's not as... I think I have more experience than him at doing stuff on computers, and that's what it is. It's computer-based work. It's literally copying and pasting data around. So he can do it, I can do it, anyone can do it. It's a very simple job, but it's not about how simple the job is to do. It's about whether you can stay focused staring at a screen for 9 hours a day, or 8 hours a day, I guess, because you got your hour lunch break, 15-minute breaks here and there. So it's not 8 hours, it's like 7.5 hours of staring at a screen and hitting your target with processing that many orders. So yeah, I mean, lost my train of thought, but I'm saying, like, the fact that I've said to her stuff like, oh yeah, I've been sat at computers all the time, all my life, that's kind of what they want to hear, as opposed to, oh yeah, I love going out on the weekends, my friends getting drunk, oh, I'm such a sporty person, I go out biking and running all the time. It's like, no, I'm used to just sitting at a computer, grinding, staring at it and just getting the shit done, and that's what I'll do for your company to make you more money than you pay me, because, that's how it works. Make them more money than they pay me, and everyone wins, really. I get paid, they get money for the work, and simple. So that went a lot better. But that was the thing that bothers me, is because I wouldn't have got that job if my brother didn't work there. That's how I feel. Like, I may be wrong, but it just felt kind of cheap and kind of cheesy to sort of say, like, yeah, well, you know how good my brother is, I can be sort of like on that level or better. Can I have the job? And they're like, yeah, I guess, because, we'll take a gamble. If you're anywhere near as good as him, we want you. But if they didn't have that comparison, would they have employed me? I like to think yes, but I can't even know. But I am kind of getting at a point where I'm sort of sick of, or I'm not sick of it, but I just think that it shouldn't be this way, but is that I shouldn't be copying what my brother's job is. I shouldn't be trying to make friends with my brother's friends. As cool as they are, I think that I'll do well in the job that I have, and I will make friends with his friends, but I do need to do some of my own friend making and job finding. I mean, I did apply for a job doing 3D work, 3D modeling, and they didn't want me. But it's like, well, your advertisement and what I heard was that you would train people to use Modo. And I said, well, I've been using 3ds Max for the past 5 years. I can pick Modo up like in an instant and then be making stuff that's better than your lead artists, because their lead artists are not great. I was like, well, I can make stuff better than what you make. It's like, well, can you prove it in your portfolio? Well, not really. So no, you don't get the job. You don't get the job if you can't prove that you can do better than the people that work there. And if you say to them in the interview, I don't know this software, will you teach it to me? It's like, yeah. They say, yeah, we're doing a course. We've done that in the past. We trained people in the past. We trained ourselves in the past. We had a course. The Foundry, the Modo company, trained everyone. So it's like, yeah, okay. They can see that I have the aptitude for it. I've got a degree that involves like 50% of it is just 3D modeling. I've done a lot of 3D modeling. I've got a lot of experience with all of the aspects of it. But no, they just wanted people who could just jump straight into the role. Yeah, why not? Why would you have to waste time training people? That's not what this other company does, the one that I'm working at now. They don't waste time training people. They get their current employees, like my brother, for example, he'd been there maybe 3 or 4 weeks now, and he was training me on what to do. So they don't get people to be trained by trainers or go through a course. They sort of just get the people who work there already to train new people. So it's quite a good system from their perspective, I think, where they don't have to separate the people working there, or they don't have to pay extra trainers to do the training. It's quite efficient. Although I think having a bunch of scrubs sitting behind you, because essentially what I do is I sit behind him and I sit behind his friend, watching them do work, and then sometimes doing a little bit of the work myself, if they allow me the privilege of doing that. Now, the main reason why they wouldn't want me to be doing their work is because if I do it slower than them, they won't hit their daily target of how many orders they process. The target is pretty high, so if you're new, you won't hit it. And if you're new mixed with someone who's experienced doing it, you also won't hit it in that scenario either. Because it's very competitive, and they really will just fire people who don't hit their target. So it's a fucking crazy place to be working, honestly. I do like working there. It's a fucking shit ton. To be scientific about it, it's a fucking shit ton of new stuff happening that I'm just not used to. I'm just really not used to waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I've been waking up at 7 o'clock every morning, keep the circadian rhythm the same. Wake up at the same time every morning and go to sleep at any time, really. But it's usually around now, actually. That's why I'm a bit tired. Wake up at the same time, going to work on a schedule, and then being around people, and then going home. It's not something I'm used to, because I didn't even do that when I was at university. I was in 3 days a week maximum, and the longest day I ever had was 5 hours of being in college, and it was with everyone who I knew, and it was just really, really relaxed, really casual. There was no dress code or anything. But here, it just fucking flips everything that I'm used to right around. It's the first time I've ever been employed. It's my first time doing work. It's the first time I've had to be doing 9 hours straight of anything other than RuneScape and gaming. That doesn't count. So it's my first time doing work, and since being in school 8 years ago, it's the first time I've had to communicate and cooperate with new people, and new people who are girls. And now, I don't want to say that I suck at talking to girls, because I don't. But it's just that I'm not used to it, and it's awkward. Because talking to girls is not like talking to guys. Even when I try and pretend like it is, it just isn't. Because there's always some kind of weird, subtle, impossible to understand kind of subconscious kind of. There's always a layer of communication going that I just can't hone into. And it's just impossible to really know and to really relax in that kind of environment when there's just that. I don't know what I'm trying to say, actually. What I'm trying to say is girls are fucking distracting. That's what I was trying to say. Right? Ignore the fucking mumbling that I was trying to say. Girls are distracting. And it's bad enough because it's my first time doing any kind of job. I'm not used to it. Are you supposed to be talking with people when you're doing work, or are you supposed to just be focusing on the work? Well, I can't even do my own work yet because I'm still in the training stage where I don't have access to use the systems that they have on their computers there. I can't use my own login details and process orders. I still have to sit behind someone else and watch them doing the orders. Which means that the other trainees that I'm on the rota with, who are also doing the same thing, they have to just sit behind someone and watch them do work. But it just gets really casual, really relaxed at some point. So people are just talking to each other. People are talking while they're doing work because it's quite straightforward. Like I said, it's copying and pasting. But then people are sort of like moving around the office on their chairs and just going sitting and talking to people, especially the people who don't have work to be doing. They're the ones who get around and talk to people the most. And I'm not a talkative person, so I don't do it myself. And I just sit with like one person for the entire day, which is either my brother or my brother's friend. But then everyone else who was in my training group of like 7, they're all just moving around and talking to other people, getting to know people around the office. And I don't know if I'm supposed to do that because I'm not used to working in a work environment. So I don't know if I'm supposed to try and become friends with everyone, or whether I'm supposed to just sit and pretend like I'm really focusing on my work. Maybe it's better to be social, but also maybe it's better to focus on your work. I mean, you're getting paid to do work, you're not getting paid to socialize. But then I also think, because it would be a really great opportunity to get to know new people, and I've always been complaining about how I don't have enough opportunities to meet people. Well, now I do, but it's where I'm at work. So how can I need to find a balance of being able to talk to people, but also being able to do the work. Well, I don't have any work to be doing, so I could just spend the whole day talking to people. But then it just gets back to the whole situation of like, how? Because what the fuck really? How do you talk to people? I'm so bad at it that I can't even tell if the people who talk to me, I can't tell if they're taking the piss out of me, or whether they are just afraid of me, or whether they're trying to talk to me and I've just got a barrier up and then it pushes them away, or whether or if it's a guy, if he's like intimidated by how smart I am, or like how fucking cool I am. They'll just like be like, haha, you suck, but that's not what they say. It's hard to really think about what they say and how they act, but people seem, the males and a couple of one girl there in particular, they seem quite aggressive towards me, and I don't know if that's just me misreading them, whether that's just their way of being friendly, if being aggressive to people is a friendly thing to do, like they use words that make me think that they want to start a fight. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? I'm just trying to get on with my work. What do you? I'm trying to just get on with sitting here because I don't have work to do. I'm trying to get on with sitting here, and then these guys just say these things. I'm like, what? I'm trying to be social, but they'll say something very antisocial. I'm thinking, was that a joke, or do you want me to punch you? I don't understand. And then the same thing with girls, where then it's another level. It's like, do you want me to punch you? No, because you're a girl. Do you want me to fuck you? No, because you're a girl. That was a joke. It's like, I can't tell if they're flirting or if they hate me, and it's like, why would they flirt? It's an office. Why would they hate me? I'm friendly. I don't understand people at all. Male or female, really. But especially not girls. And especially not in a workplace. I just don't understand the environment. I'm really not used to it. I've been there for like a week now, and I've still only really made friends with my brother, who I've known his entire life. and his friend who is easy to get along with. Everyone else there that I work with, it's very difficult to get along with them because I don't understand when they're joking or not. I think they feel the same about me though, because my way of joking is very complex to understand. So theirs is the same, but it's like I can tell when people are joking when they say something and then they prove that they didn't mean it. Like you'll say something mean and then, kind of laugh about it and you'll be like, yeah, no, it's a joke. You kind of laugh it off because you both know that it was a joke. And you're smiling and all that kind of thing. But when people are throwing things at you, is that a joke? People throw things at each other and they seem to get along, so it must be just banter. But is tripping someone over and like making them fall down and hurt themselves, is that a joke? I can't tell. I genuinely didn't think when I was going into this office work that people would be throwing things around as much as they do, and that people would be tripping people over. And the worst thing about being tripped over is that the supervisors and the rest of the office were the ones who were laughing. So I was saying, like, surely I should be able to report this. I've just been tripped over by somebody and fallen over, and everyone's laughing. Surely that's, like, shouldn't somebody be disciplined for tripping me over? But no, you don't get disciplined if it's funny, apparently. So, beats me. So that's work. That's work life for you. That's what can I say? Working in Hull, and it's a problem because the people that work there, I can't tell if they're really nice, really sarcastic, like whether they hate me or whether they hate everything about everyone. Like, it's weird. They're nice people. I don't like the way they speak. And I don't think they like the way I speak, because I've been accused of being posh, even though I'm not. Like, not even slightly posh. And people say, oh, and people are saying that I'm, like, I don't want to say too intelligent, because that's not what they said, but it's like, it makes them feel that the way that they've expressed it, not like this, but I'm going to summarize it, is that I make them feel stupid without trying to make them feel stupid. I'm not trying to do it on purpose. I'm just trying to talk to them, and then they feel stupid, and then they don't want to talk to me. So I think that's a problem. But it's like, how can I solve that? I'm just being myself, and I'm just saying things that I would say normally. People laugh at the things that I say a lot of the time, because I make a lot of jokes. That's what I always have done in those kind of environments. Like, the closest to that kind of environment I've ever been in was back in school. And I would just make jokes because people like jokes. They laugh. I don't know if it means they like jokes. It just means they like the joke in that moment. That's how you get people to feel like good, I guess. So I try and make as many people laugh in the office as I can. What was I saying? I can't even remember where I was going with that. But, man, it's difficult, and I haven't even started the fucking doing the actual work yet. I would like to, because it'll be the first time I've done any work. I'll be also competing against my brother, so I'll actually have a target, like, say his target's to 64 orders. If he does like 70, I want to be doing 75. I want to be doing more than him. He has more experience than me, so I don't know if I will. But yeah, I really don't think I will be doing more than him because he's got more experience. But yeah, officers, what the fuck is up with that? That's how the Dilbert guy, Scott Adams, makes money. He makes jokes about offices. It's weird. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to say earlier. I like making people laugh, but then I can't tell if they're laughing with me or at me. It's a problem if they're laughing at me, because then it's like I'm just a clown. If they're laughing with me, then it's like, hey, well, we're all getting along, you know, we're experiencing the same kind of... I laugh at what you said, you laugh at what I've said. We're bonding, we're making friends, we're colleagues, we're co-workers, we're whatever, we're friends. It's cool. That's what I want. I want to be able to make friends with people, but it's hard for me to tell whether they're joking or whether they're serious. It's hard for them to tell if I'm joking or serious, but that's my style. I don't know if it's their style, because overhearing people, it's like they don't seem to be... When they make jokes with other people, I can tell that it's a joke because of the way that they communicate with each other, but then with me, they don't seem to be saying it like it's a joke. They seem to be deadly serious. So I don't know. I think that so far there are probably like 3 people in the office who want to kill me. And I don't want to kill any of them really. But it's just a weird environment to work in where you feel like you're at risk of being attacked at all times. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I don't think I have to. I don't really want to. I'm just going to write it out. I don't know if I should be making videos about it, but because my videos don't get any views to begin with, I know that nobody from that office would view them. And even if they did, it wouldn't matter because this is just me expressing what I think in a platform where I'm allowed to do that, in a way that I'm allowed to do that. I've not given any information about the company away that would make the company look bad. I've not given any confidential information away. I'm not on any contract that prevents me from saying this, and if I am, then I want out of it. So, you know. It's better than doing nothing, I guess. And it's definitely building up my social skills. I try and get over the fact that I don't like the way people in Hull talk, because, as I tried to explain earlier, the people are nice. They're nice. They're good people. They're attractive as well. For whatever reason, this is really weird, but I guess it's because it's a call center and people are doing sales. So even the people who aren't doing sales, the people who just sat on computers processing data, just like everyone there, male and female, are all quite attractive. I'd say like 10% of the guys and 10% of the girls are not attractive, then everyone else is. And I'm talking about like the entire building. It's weird actually. That everyone's, it's like everyone's cool and nice to look at, and then they talk and they sound like they're from Hull. I mean, like, no offense to people from Hull, which is everyone I'm surrounded by in this city, but the accent, it's not a good accent. I was bullied for it when I had the Hull accent and I moved away to Nottingham. I was I wouldn't say bullied, but people mentioned it like, hey, why do you sound funny? Why do you talk like that? I'm like, I don't know. What you on about? It's like, what accent? I don't have an accent. So I changed it. Instead of saying no, I say no. 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 And that's something that I had to overcome. Now, coming back to it, after hearing people talk normally, or not in a Hull accent, it bothers me hearing it, and everyone, including like my superiors. That's another thing I want to get onto at a different time. I've trouble with authorities, so as soon as somebody tries to tries to push this kind of authoritative status against me, that's it. I'm probably going to lose my job, because I won't let somebody act as if they're better than me just because of their authority in the job role. I even had somebody say something to my brother and his friend who were doing work. Some guy who is not even a team leader was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing here? Why are you talking? You're not paid to talk. You're paid to work." I sort of said to the guy, like, what the fuck are you on about? I don't think I said fuck, but I was pretty annoyed at him for even trying to say something like that to my brother and his friend, who are pretty hard working. And who the fuck is this guy? He comes along and says like, "Hey, you're not paid to talk, get back to work." And he was deadly serious. Like, he wasn't joking about that. I guess I can't really say anything like he has a small penis, or he was compensating, he was angry, maybe he was having his period, I can't say anything like that, because that goes against the policy of the company, I suppose. So I won't say anything like that. But it's just weird being harassed by people on a daily basis when I'm used to not dealing with that. And ultimately, I am going to do what I want to do in life. Even if I end up just killing myself, at least I'm doing what I want to be doing. So yeah, for now, I'm doing the work at this company because I want to get money, and I will work hard and properly to get the money, but I am doing it for money. Because I want money. And this is one way that I can do that that's fairly easy. It's a fairly easy way to get money, and I will work hard and properly. So, the social aspects of it are still fucking confusing to me. Should I talk to people there? Should I make friends with people there? Make male friends there so that I have, people to hang out with? Make female friends for the exact same reason? Or even try and talk more? I don't know. Should I try and talk to any of my colleagues outside of work? That's something I don't do. I don't even talk to my brother outside of work. So, I don't know. It's all just new to me, and I'm definitely not looking forward to another 50 years of this. If the rest of my life is 50 years of fucking corporate office work, I'm just gonna drink myself to death next year. Because I'm not putting up with another 50 years of this shit. It's not worth it at all. Every stage in life, I'm just thinking, how is this worse than the last stage, and why did I think that it was going to be better? Back when I was at university, I thought, I hate being at university. Hopefully, work is going to be better than this. Living with my friends living with my friends and being at university is probably the best stage of life. Now, being back here, going to work is worse than university, just in case you didn't know. Living with your mum is worse than living with your friends, just in case you didn't know. Why did I think it would be better? Well, I thought it would be better because I'd be getting money and it was cheaper to live here. That doesn't matter. What matters is who you spend time with. Which is why I keep saying it's really important that I make friends. I want to move to where my good friends are, my close friends, or make close friends with people who are near me. Because you don't have to break your existing friendships to make new friendships. And I am fucking lonely as hell being here not having anyone to talk to. Like, the only people I have to talk to are my brother and my mum. And that's not good enough. My closest, longest term friend lives in the Netherlands, so I don't get to hang out with him much. We get to talk often, through the power of the internet, but it's not the same as hanging out with somebody. I think I should probably just move to the Netherlands, but then I don't want to learn Dutch, and I don't want to live in the Netherlands. And he doesn't want to live in England, because who the fuck wants to live in England? I do. I'd rather live in England than the Netherlands. But I'd also rather live in America, the United States of America, USA, the US, the States. Even Canada would be better than England. I would prefer to live there. And especially Hull. I don't know. They're nice people and they mean well. Other than when they get needlessly aggressive and when they trip you over and when they tell you to shut up and this kind of thing. I don't know. I can't tell. Is calling somebody a nickname offensive? In the office, everyone calls my brother Andrew. His name's Andrew, but they call him Jeans because one day he came in wearing jeans when he wasn't supposed to wear jeans. So they made fun of him. Ha ha ha, jeans, jeans. You like jeans? You wear jeans, don't you? Ha ha, jeans. It sounds like a childish playground insult, but I can't tell if it's a term of endearment or if it's an insult. He seems fine with it. He likes being called Jeans, but it just sounds to me like they're taking the piss out of him. And that's the thing with Hull people. I can't tell if they're taking the piss or whether they're deadly serious making fun of him. Like, Jeans, you going out to lunch, Jeans? It's like, what shift are you on, Jeans? I just, it's aggravating. It's like, Jeans, what are you doing? So then they started trying to call me Trousers because I'm his brother. And they're like, jeans and trousers. But I said to them, no. You call me fucking Shorts because I choose my own name. If you're going to give me a nickname, Zirkzank or Shorts. So they actually call me Shorts now. And I can't tell if it's a cool thing. It's like, yeah, they're willing to call me Shorts and give me a nickname as opposed to just being David, which is a pretty dull name, I'll be honest. I think Shorts is kind of cool, the fact they wear shorts, but coming from somebody with a Hull accent, it's just hard for me to tell because I can't register whether it's an insult or not. I don't think it's an insult. I don't think it's malicious. I think it's just the way that they talk, and that's just what it is. Shorts. It's a cool name. I like Shorts. Like, obviously I like Shorts. So I'm fine with being called Shorts. But I don't know the reasons behind it. And that bothers me a little bit. Not that much though. So what was I saying? Yeah. If you're going out of your way to like throw stuff at people, trip them over and talk to them and this kind of thing, surely that's not a bad thing, and I just can't tell. It's just I'm used to people who talk like Hull people wanting to stab me. I don't know, I just feel like it's hard to know if they're happy or whether they're like, people can sarcastically laugh a lot. It's just a fucking stressful job. But once I get doing work, I think I'm looking forward to that grind. I'm gonna fucking sit down. What the fuck? So yeah, I'm gonna end the video soon. I just really wanted to make like a more comprehensive update of my emotional state, which is pretty fucking messed up right now because I just don't know what's going on in life. Like I said, like a bunch of videos ago, I basically quit porn, quit masturbating, then I was looking for a job. Got really stressed out looking for a job and not being rejected by every employer. And then I started going to clubs with my mum's friends, with my mum, going to the pub, and then going out with my brother. And it's like, I want to just go hang out with my existing friends. And then it just made me so paranoid. Then it's like, I can't even tell if my existing friends even like me. And I just got really worried about that. I don't know why. I don't think I should be worried about anything, because I have a relatively good life, but my back aches still. I don't know. I just don't want to be trapped in the hole. That's what it comes down to. I don't want to sort of leech off my brother's job like I am doing, and try and leech off his friends, which I am doing. It's like, if I can somehow be friends with them in a way that isn't just, oh hey look, it's Andrew's brother, like in the office where it's like, hey, you're Andrew's brother, or hey, Andrew's brother, because like they won't call me my name, they won't call me, like, only a couple of people call me Shorts. If I actually appreciate that they call me Shorts and not just, hey, Gene's brother. Maybe they call me Shorts because it's another way of just saying, hey, you're Gene's brother, Shorts, and not just, hey, you're a separate person, Shorts. I don't know. I'm thinking way too much about this, but that's what I do, and it's what I always have done. I think way too much about social situations when I'm not in the social situation, because while I'm in it, I'm just so overwhelmed that I can't even react in real time. I have fucking lag, delay on social interaction, so that it's just bothering me for days afterwards, where I'm thinking, what the fuck was happening? So yeah, starting a new job, being in a city and trying to go out more. So new hobbies, new job, new social. It's all new stuff. And it's not something I want to have for the rest of my life, really. This exact situation I don't want for the rest of my life. If I had a job where, or if I was able to earn more money, I mean, I haven't been paid for the job that I'm doing yet, and I might not even get paid for it, because I don't know how contracts work or anything like that. I might not get paid for the work that I've already done. If I had a better paying job and I could spend more time at home working on stuff. Oh yeah, that's another thing. This is a pretty big thing. I thought, before I got back to doing this, I thought I could work during the day, and then during the evenings make videos, write books, make poetry, and make video games. I thought I could do all of that in my evenings. I can barely string a sentence together in my evenings, and that's how exhausted I am. I've been going to sleep like at 9 o'clock when I get back, and now it's 10 o'clock. So I should be asleep an hour ago. It's very exhausting. It's a lot more tiring than I expected it to be, and I don't have any spare time that I don't just want to sleep. I definitely don't want to get back from work and then start writing, or making games. I just want to sleep. But I kind of get in a couple of YouTube videos and then go to sleep. Maybe a film, if I can stay awake for the film, and then go to sleep. And then my days off, which are random, go out, drink alcohol, once again, new places, new people. But if I get used to it, I guess my outlook on it will change when I get more comfortable with the situations, when I get used to it. But that's what I was saying. Do I want to get used to this lifestyle? I don't think I want to be comfortable with this, because I know that there is better and I should be experiencing better. I could be experiencing better. Do I deserve better? No. Do I want better? Yes. That's everyone though. Like, everyone wants better than they have, and it's like, oh yeah, you don't get better than you have unless you're really lucky. You have to work really hard and or be really lucky. If you work really hard and you're very lucky, you get a tremendous amount of success in life. If you're just really lucky, you can get a lot of success. And if you work really, really hard, you can get a lot of success. But you need hard work and luck to get the most out of it. I just don't know where I'm at or what to do. Because now I'm in a situation where I have got an identity as an employee of a company. I've got a duty, a role. I've got a job role. Even though it could end, if I stay on to the end of this campaign, I'll be on it by the absolute latest 28th of December. So for at least another 2 months, I'll have work. Maybe I'll get kept on if I work really hard and they think, oh yeah, this guy has good work ethic. We'll invite him back for the next campaign. You know, who knows? That would be great. And maybe I'll make friends in the office, and I'll just be like, hey, what are you doing after this? If they're also going somewhere else, you know, it'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go work here. Like, oh, that's cool. I could apply that, or just work at separate places to everyone I've met, but just hang out. You know, I might get to realize that some of the people I'm working with are just really cool and become really good friends with them. I don't know. It's just too early to judge. And I just hate not knowing. I guess that's it. I'm really impatient and I hate not knowing. I hate waiting it out, you know. Waiting to see how things pan out. I just want to know what's happening, because that's what university life was like. Like, you knew when the year was going to end. You knew what was going to happen next year. So you go from level 3 to level 4. You go from level 5 to level 6. You always knew what was going to happen and when it was going to happen. But now everything's just so uncertain and vague and unpredictable that it's just stressful and tiring. And I think that's the main cause of the problems. But overall, it's a life experience. I'll be thankful for it, maybe, in 5 years. You know, like I keep saying, when you're in school, you want to go forwards in time to be like, hey, I want to go to college so I can wear what clothes I want. And then you think, shit, I want to go. When you're in college, you think, shit, I want to go back to school. It was way easier and in school, but at least university will be fun because I'll have my independence. You get to university and you're like, shit, I wish I was back in college because college was a lot easier than this. But hey, at least when I get to do work, I'll have even more independence and I'll have money. Nope. It just gets worse and worse. And so now I'm in a situation where I could say, maybe the next stage of life will be better than this one. Maybe the future will be better than the present. But every other time I've thought that, I've been proven wrong. The past has always been better than the present. The past has always been better than the future. The present has always been better than the future as well. Why the fuck would I ever think that the future could be better again? I know it could be better. Will it be better? Probably not. That's pessimistic. But I am optimistic. For whatever reason, despite all of the evidence, I still think that the future will eventually be better than the current situation. Still. after all of this time that I've spent thinking, maybe it'll be better next year, and it wasn't. Maybe next year will be better, and it wasn't. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day, and it isn't. That's how I always feel. Like, I wake up thinking maybe today will be better than yesterday, and it isn't. But I don't know, am I stupid? Am I an idiot to not just kill myself? Am I an idiot to just continue going on and thinking, well, today was pretty shit, but I'll go to bed, and tomorrow might be better. It's the biggest joke in the fucking world. I know, I don't mean to sound nihilistic or anything, but yeah. I actually did recently write a thing about nihilism. I'll make a separate video for that, because I'm just so fucking shattered right now. I'm fucking exhausted. I've got to edit all of this together, but I've got to edit it together in the future, but when you're watching this, you'll already have seen it being put together, so there's no point me even mentioning that. I'm sorry for breaking the fourth wall. But yeah, I got over here existentialism, predicting the future, a bunch of stuff about Blade Runner, and my poems that I still haven't made because I've been really tired. It's not an excuse, that's just why I haven't made them yet, and I will be making them when I have more energy. The poems have been written. Performing it is sort of the easy part, because it's like you don't get creative block, or you've got the material to work with. It's kind of just effort and grinding until you have a performance that's pretty decent. A lot of the time, just because I'm so fucking lazy though, what I'll end up doing is I'll write the poem will be there for however long. When I come to do a recording, I'll do my recording in one take because I don't want to have to do another take. I know, I'm lazy, I'm bad, but I'm not that bad when it comes to stuff that matters. But I just prove myself to not be what I actually am. I'm not a liar, but I seem to convey differently to what I actually do. I guess that I'll be proven wrong in this workplace. For example, if I work 13-hour overtime shifts 5 days a week, maybe 7 days a week, who knows. You are allowed to do 7 days a week work at this place, and you are allowed to work 13 hours a day. So I could potentially do that and show them, yeah, look, I am pretty hard working. And they'll be like, oh yeah, shit, we're sorry that we doubted you. But they don't doubt me. They think the opposite, which is my fucking problem. They think I'm going to be better than my brother who does do 13-hour shifts. So I'm going to have to do 13-hour shifts, and in those 13-hour shifts, I'm going to have to do more work than him. But I'm looking forward to it. It's a challenge. That's the only thing that kind of keeps me awake, thinking that today sucks, but tomorrow might be better. And what the fuck did you just say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know that I'm able to complete your challenge. Challenges and optimism are what keep me alive. You know, I don't need purpose when I've got optimism and challenge. That's kind of like my argument for existential nihilism, is that as long as you've got some kind of competitive thing to go for, and some level of some level of hedonistic kind of optimism, where it's like, I'll be able to have more pleasure in the future. And by pleasure I mean not just like orgasms and food and stuff. I mean enjoyable experience in life, not just being miserable. So I'll be able to be happy. It's like, I think I will be able to be happy, which means it's worth not dying. and there are challenges which are worth completing. Why? Because who knows why? It's part of my nature. I'm lucky to have that. If I didn't have any competitiveness at all, and if I didn't have any optimism at all, I would be dead right now. So, thank you, genes. And that's not genes, my brother. That's genes as in Genes, DNA, genetics. Thank you, genetics, for giving me competitiveness and optimism. Despite the fucking clear evidence that life is shit and doesn't get any better, I still think it might. It might get better. And if it does, you guys here on the Zirkzank Stage channel will be the first to know about it, other than me. Thanks for watching.